say this, I'm not an eBay employee. I'm just a seller just like you. I've been selling on eBay since 1998. I saw a few of you during the introductory speech that Jamie gave. There's quite a lot of sellers here that have been selling for just as long as I have, or darn close to it, and some even longer. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about seller meetings. As we just heard from our eBay employees, those are now going to be rebranded and called Seller Circle. So this is a new concept, but it's not a new concept, right? How many people here have actually been to a seller meeting outside of eBay Open? That's quite a lot of you. How many people here actually lead or have led a seller meeting in the past? That's also pretty good. All right, I happen to lead the seller meeting here in Las Vegas. And what that means is a seller-led meeting is something that is put together for sellers by sellers. We're not paid by eBay, but we're compensated in many other ways. What we do is we get together a group of sellers in your local area. You're going to go to www.ebay.com/seller-events, and you can look up a seller meeting in your area, and hopefully you can find one. If you can't find one, we can help you create one. If there isn't a seller meeting in your area, you should absolutely try to create one yourself. It's super easy to do. And if you want to learn how, I can absolutely help you and talk to you. Just come find me. I have pink hair. I'm not that hard to find. Seller-led meeting is basically you're going to get together once a month, every other month, maybe once a quarter, and you're going to get together with other sellers to talk about the trials, the tribulations, the successes, and the things that you need to talk about being a reseller. I think most of you can understand what it's like to be a reseller. It can sometimes be a very solitary job. Am I right? How many people here have a spouse or a partner at home that doesn't understand why they have a garage or a basement or a dining room or a living room full of crap, right? Isn't that what we hear all the time? When are you going to sell this? Why is this here in my house? I don't understand what you're doing. Are you making any money? What is happening? Sometimes you just need another seller to talk to understand that that is very normal. What you're doing is normal. What you're doing is creating a business. Whether it's a part-time business or a full-time business is up to you and what your needs are. But sometimes we don't have someone at home to bounce those ideas off of. And it's really important to find your community. Finding communities such as here, you've made a great step. How many people are here at eBay Open for the first time? That's a lot, just here in this little area. I've been coming to eBay Open since they started back again in 2016. This is the first one that is back here in Vegas since 2019. And I'm really happy to be here and excited to be here for this week, and I think you guys are too. Like I said, being an eBay seller can sometimes be a very solitary thing, and it's important to find people that understand you. And sometimes you're going to find some of the best people that understand you just by being at a seller meeting. We can do a lot of things at seller meetings. It doesn't have to be a very structured thing. Sometimes you'll do presentations and you can talk about upcoming things on the platform, changes that have happened, different selling strategies. You can talk about your issues within the platform. We all have issues, right? We all want to say eBay is the best platform, and I still believe eBay is the best platform, but they are not without fault. Being a small business owner is not without trials and tribulations, as I said. So you want to be able to have someone that can help guide you, maybe in a way that you have not thought of. Bring your outside ideas, bring your conversations. Someone that can help you maybe learn to structure a listing better, create a sale, all the things that you may not know how to do on the platform, or you may need to learn to do better. It's really important to have that network and community to help talk to you and guide you through some of that information. I really enjoy being a seller meeting leader. I've traveled very recently across the country with my friend Trish Glenn. Who is a seller leader. A lot of you guys know Trish. Trish is one of my best friends, and I will say one of the best things that has come out of me actually attending eBay Open and other seller meetings has been the people that I've met, Trish being one of them. You will make friends that are not just co-workers. This is a business that, in business and in life, you find competition, right? This is not a competitive field. I feel like having sellers and other sellers, they're your co-workers, they're not your competitors. There's enough business out there for all of us. We all do things a little bit differently. And You are far greater with community than alone. So community is a very important part of having an eBay meeting. One of the things I want to talk about is the eBay support that you have when you are a seller leader. When you're a seller leader, you're going to have the platform that you're able to schedule your events on that will be promoted to everyone in your area. But also you get really great swag they send you to give out. You'll occasionally have people like Katy or Valerie that were up here speaking come and attend an event that you have. You also have a little bit of better access to eBay as a whole, to eBay as on a corporate side. And that's something that's important. It's actually invaluable as a business owner to be able to have someone that you can call and contact and connect with if you run into an issue with your store or your business. That is one thing some of the other platforms do not have. You're never going to have that immediate one-on-one access as a real seller, as a real normal, even part-time seller. You have real access and interaction with corporate entities that can help you with your business and your account. I dare you to go to Amazon and try to find a person to call if you have a problem with your account. It's not going to happen. I don't care what level of seller you are. There's a lot of differences between eBay and the other platforms. That's just one small one. eBay has always been incredibly supportive of community, and that is something that differentiates this platform from many others. And I find that to be very important. As I talked about, we don't really get paid to be a seller leader or anything like that. It's something you have to do because you feel led to do it. But I will tell you that the rewards are far greater than the sacrifices you make to create a community around you. It doesn't have to be once a month. I tend to hold mine quarterly. I used to do it once a month. That got to be a little too much, so I switched it to quarterly, and that's fine. I have some people here in the audience that actually attend my meeting here in Las Vegas, and I always appreciate having you guys there. So one of the things that eBay offers is the content is up to you. That's something really important. They're not telling you what to say, how to act, how to create your meetup. Your meetup is how you want to present it. The first few years I've led a meetup, I would do a monthly I'd had a deck, have a PowerPoint presentation, I would talk about some sort of topic. It's pretty labor intensive. I don't suggest you do that every single month. You don't necessarily have to. But the last several meetings I've had in the last few years, I spoke with my community members and I asked them what they wanted. Did they want to do that type of thing? They really didn't. They just wanted to get together and hang out and talk. Of course we're talking about business, but it was more of a networking thing. Now out of these meetings and out of these networking events, you are going to make some lifelong connections. As I said, they're not always just friendships, although those are the best part in my opinion. But you will also meet people that will help you in the business community. I can't tell you how many times, I have a Facebook group for my local meetup. I can't tell you how many times someone will post and say, hey, I'm out of priority flat rate envelopes right before Christmas. Does anybody have a few that I can come pick up? The post office doesn't have any. You've got somebody right down the street that'll help you. Or, hey, I have all this excess inventory I picked up at a garage sale or an estate sale and I don't want to sell it. This isn't my thing. I think so-and-so likes this. Do you want to buy it from me? I've done it. I've bought that way and I've sold that way. It's something you can do without having a platform. It's just a community. It's a network. As I said, the content is up to you. But eBay offers your support. We do have a monthly meeting. We have a monthly Zoom meeting where we talk to the other eBay sellers as well as Katy and Valerie. And they will talk about upcoming events or changes on the platform or anything that we may need a heads up on, which is really also a very nice thing that we get. We do get a little heads up on things that are happening. There are changes or community events. They want you to be able to have this information, digest it and understand it in order to share it with your community. And that's also a way for it coming from you and not from a corporate entity, so to speak. Let's see. So one of the only things that I want to say about being at eBay Open in general, if this is your first time here, if this is your second time here, you may not need to hear this, but maybe you need a reminder. But if it's your first time here, I want you to give you a few pieces of advice. First of all, be open. Be open to meeting new people. Be open to talking to new people. Walk up to somebody, walk up to anybody, and all you have to say is, hi, my name is Vikki. What do you sell? That is your icebreaker. That is your opening line anytime you meet another eBay seller because it works. We all sell something, and we all like to talk about ourselves, right? We all want to, what's your favorite thing you sold? What's the last thing you sold? What was the first thing you sold? Doesn't matter. Those are the conversations that are going to open the door for deeper conversations. And you are going to find your community. And that community might be coworkers, that community might be incredible friends. You never really know. As I said, I've met some of my best friends through meeting through eBay Open. I've been selling for a long time, and I have met some amazing friends. One of the people, as I said, is my friend Trish. We just did a cross-country road trip across. We started in Boston, we ended up in Las Vegas. We stopped and we did 10 meetups across the country with fellow eBay sellers, and we had a blast. We had so much fun. It was a trip of a lifetime, and it was sponsored by eBay. Thank you for that. And we had a great time. But more than that, we actually helped create 3 new meetups in cities that didn't have meetups already, because people had a need for them and they didn't quite know how to do that. So we were there and we helped them set up their meetups. Another thing that I've been able to do as an opportunity from working with eBay and working within the eBay community is my wife Katy and I and our friend Teresa Cox, some of you may know, we created, about 5 years ago, we created an annual conference for sellers that we host here in Las Vegas. You heard Jamie reference it during the opening speech, but it's called the Boss Reseller Remix, and we've hosted and had hundreds of resellers come and learn for a 2 or 3 day conference. We did that when eBay Open wasn't able to, and they stopped during COVID. We said, oh, we can do that. I mean, we didn't do it quite as big as this, but we tried. We had a lot of fun. So, as I said, one of the most important things about eBay and eBay community and getting to know people is that there's a cliche that we've all heard and we've said many times. We talk about how things can be life-changing, right? Meeting people at eBay Open, meeting people through the seller community can absolutely change your life. It has changed my life. And I say this as a cliche testimony, but it's the absolute truth. I've met some of my closest and best friends. I would not be the same without them. And I also met my beautiful wife here, Katy. I met her at eBay Open in 2017. I wasn't looking for a partner. I wasn't looking for a spouse. I didn't just meet new friends. I met the love of my life. So take that chance, go to an eBay event, meet your fellow sellers, and you don't know where that's going to bring you. It could be a new business opportunity, it could be a new spouse. Who knows? Thank you.